Now, before I start this video, I want to make sure that everybody knows, take this with a grain of salt, because it's late at night. I like talking about random things. Well, it's not really that random because I actually watched NFL Network today, watched Orlovsky as well, and just about this quarterback position for the Philadelphia Eagles. Since the Eagles didn't go up to the third overall pick, they couldn't trade up with the Dolphins, get that third overall pick to have Zach Wilson in their hands. All this quarterback noise could be a total smokescreen. I think we all know this. Obviously, that's why Ian Rappaport deleted that tweet and then rephrased it. Obviously, the Eagles, there's a consensus that the Eagles did contact Ian Rappaport to say, hey, why'd you put that up? Kind of rephrase it and get rid of it. And when does Ian Rappaport or Adam Schefter ever really rephrase their tweets after reporting things? Because if that was the case, then they'd lose their, they wouldn't have many connections with a lot of teams or have information. So when you look at Russell Wilson, obviously there has been rumors about a trade in the works. Have no idea. But I can't really lie, guys. The Philadelphia Eagles have had interest in Deshaun Watson. The Eagles have had interest maybe in Russell Wilson. I don't know. Maybe they've looked at it. I have no idea, especially Deshaun Watson. I know for a fact that they have looked in on it. Okay, and there were a few teams involved in this. Now, Deshaun Watson's a different story because obviously he's got some allegations going on, which I don't think anything's going to happen. I think he's innocent, but I think he's fine. But the Eagles are always exploring their options, and that's why a trade for Jalen Hurts to the Seahawks for Russell Wilson. Now, the Eagles got some picks, okay? The Eagles got potentially, you have three first-round picks for next year. Okay, obviously the Carson Wentz trade, he plays 75% of the snaps. Eagles got a first-round pick for that, okay? On top of Miami for trading back, we get their 2022 pick, and obviously our own first-round pick for 2022. So you could potentially have 3 first-rounders. If the Eagles ever, and this was said, I'm not saying this is going to happen, I'm saying this was said, that the Eagles could be getting these picks together for a big trade for a quarterback. I have no idea. But it's going to take a king's ransom to get Russell Wilson. And it's funny because I think Howie Roseman, his press conference coming back, into the new season, his first press conference, Howie Roseman even mentioned the draft class for Russell Wilson and how the Eagles passed on him. And he laughed about it. But it's really not funny because we haven't drafted well at all. So, it would take a king's ransom to get Russell Wilson. If this was 4 or 5 years ago, obviously if it was, maybe 2016, I probably would have made this trade. And this is before Carson Wentz coming here. If I would have definitely made this trade. But obviously with Carson Wentz being here and what he helped accomplish with Nick Foles and the rest of this team was fantastic in 2017 for the Super Bowl. But Russell Wilson could still play. He's older now. Could still play, could still move. There was reports of Russell Wilson having issues where he wanted to be in talks with the front office and helping them draft and helping them do things for this team, for the Seahawks. They've had offensive line issues, and, he wants to help with that. He wanted more of a say in the front office and their decisions they make in the offseason. Now, with Darren Orlovsky was really talking about, there's no doubt in my mind that, they could garnish all these draft picks. The Eagles could garnish all these draft picks, to put everything all together for Russell Wilson. And I really hope that doesn't happen. It would just be a total look. I like Russell Wilson. I do as a player. I like him off the field. I like him. I think he's fantastic to his community. He is just unbelievable how he makes these receivers, especially if you added DK Metcalf to that team. I mean, look what he's done with him already. It's just absolutely amazing because this guy could buy out more than 20 seconds of time when he's running around the field and somebody will get open. I mean, you had guys like Tyler Lockett and some of these other guys that he's had over the past years and have done so well. I mean, this is why the Seahawks have, won a Super Bowl, have done some good things with that organization. But to come to the Eagles, I don't know. I mean, I would be very upset over this. I mean, some people would probably be happy about a trade for Russell Wilson. I think Deshaun Watson would be more realistic, I think, but this would have to involve Jalen Hurts going. And this is what Dan Orlovsky said. A few other guys on NFL Network were talking about it. This would actually involve Jalen Hurts getting traded. Okay, Jalen Hurts trade for to the Vikings would be perfect for them, obviously, because Jalen Hurts is cheap going into his second year. He's got 3 more years left on his contract at a cheap deal, and they could actually do some things with other positions, spend money on more positions before they have to pay another quarterback. But number 2, the Eagles have to take on a lot of money with Russell Wilson, which it just makes no sense to me. Even Deshaun Watson has a big contract, and I'm putting Deshaun Watson in this because the interest is realistic with him, or the Eagles have at least put their ear to the phones a little bit and have contacted the Texans and have definitely had talks with the Texans about Deshaun Watson. There's no doubt in my mind. He's not playing a snap for the Texans at all. But for Russell Wilson, I mean, Darren Orlovsky said, quote unquote, they'll give up four first-round picks. I mean, you give up your 3 first-round picks, or at least 2 of them, and give up a first-round pick for 2023. I mean, that's just insane. Okay, that's just insane. Like I said, if this was before we drafted Carson Wentz and Carson Wentz wasn't even in the picture at all, period, I would have said, man, back in the 2016 offseason, I would have said definitely. But it's not because he's not a good player. It's because if you get Russell Wilson here, it will definitely make a difference to your offense, but at the same time, you got so many holes, and one quarterback is not going to uplift your team. Our defense needs to rebuild. Our defense, we've just allocated money to the wrong positions. We've put too much into the defensive line. We're not spreading that money into the secondary and obviously into the back end at safety. Linebackers are totally dysfunction. But obviously these new coaches are here. It's a young coaching class for the Philadelphia Eagles. So it's really up to them to develop these guys. Would Russell Wilson want to come here? I don't know. But like I said, guys, take this whole video with a grain of salt. I read an article, and then I went on NFL Network today and yesterday and saw Russell Wilson, and they've said that the Eagles, they talked about the Eagles a couple times in that. And then I saw Darren Orlovsky come on and say, well, they have they potentially have 4 first-round picks and spend a first-round pick in 2023 as well to acquire Russell Wilson. That the Eagles are garnishing these picks to get a quarterback already in the building. Okay, I understand Joe Flacco is here, but it makes no sense. Unless they traded Jalen Hurts, that'd be a different story. Then yeah, it would make more sense. But because to take on that extension that Russell Wilson did get, and everything like that, it just makes no sense in my mind why they would do this. I just like talking about this random stuff because I think it's funny. And, it worries me that the Eagles could do something like this. I think this would be over the top, way over the top. Deshaun Watson, I could see that because I don't think you're going to have to give up 4 first-round picks for him. But for Russell Wilson, you're giving up the farm. I mean, you're giving up almost your whole draft and then some. Okay, so there's a lot here to really digest, but I wouldn't be happy with it. I wish Russell Wilson the best of luck. I think he's staying in Seattle. I don't think anyone's going to give up that much for him if the rumors are true. Obviously, I talked about Deshaun Watson a million times already because the Eagles have actually had interest this offseason in him. They have called the Texans. They have contacted the Texans on Deshaun Watson, looking into what's going on. He's got the legal troubles now, so probably nothing's going to happen. But you got to think the other way and just think what's going on. But, hey, it is what it is, guys. But I thought this was kind of crazy, like someone to come out and be like, hey, Eagles are getting these draft picks because they want to trade for Russell Wilson or give up all these – well, not even just Russell Wilson, but just to give all this up for a quarterback that's already in the league right now. So it's kind of crazy, but it's fun to talk about. Other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. I will see you guys later. Peace out, guys. Peace.